Hello and welcome to my garden and the dinosaurs who live there. Today I'm going to do something with these guys. These are dahlias and they are over now, and what I want to do is get them out of their pots and pop them away safely over winter so that I can plant them on again in the spring. So dahlias don't like really cold weather, and they don't like sitting in very waterlogged soil. And I grow my dahlias in pots in the west of Scotland. So over the winter time, that's exactly what they would get if I left them in the pots. They would get very cold conditions and waterlogging, and they probably would just melt over the winter time. They would just rot away and I wouldn't have much left in the spring. So I am going to bring them indoors, and it's quite simple to do. Really, all I'm going to do is cut down the foliage down to just a little bit left at the bottom of the plants, maybe 3 or 4 inches or so. I'm going to take them out of the soil, and I'm going to get as much of the soil, the compost off them as possible, and then I'm going to put them somewhere to dry and let that compost really dry up, and then I'm going to brush it, and so that I'm left with the tubers and very little soil. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Previously I have got a box of sand or very dry compost and put the tubers in there and then just pop them in the shed over winter. But I'm wondering if this year I'll try it a little bit differently, and I will, first of all, I'll put them in the garage because I think it's slightly less damp in the garage than it is in the shed. And I will, I'm not sure about the sand because I don't have any to hand. I might just sort of sit them on newspaper, but that's a couple of weeks away actually. The first thing I've got to do is get the foliage off and get them out of the tubs and see what we've got to work with.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright.
So this one is called Dahlia tricolor, so 3-coloured dahlia. So this was new this year, so I haven't got too much in the way of additional tubers, I don't think, but it does mean that they'll be easier to store. Because they're little. This one is Bishop's Children, and I grew this from seed a couple of years ago, last year even. I'm sure I grew it from seed. Or am I talking rubbish? Would it have been a tuber? I thought I grew it from seed. Oh, nearly did something silly there. Better keep the label with the plant. looks like we're going to have several plants from this next year. There's one little batch. And another. Oh, there's another little one. Once this compost dries off a bit, it'll be easier to brush the remainder off, or get the remainder off these tubers, but they're looking rather nice. So that's all Bishop's Children. There's my label. Oh. There's my label. Right. This was a huge dahlia called Chat Noir, and this was a big purple dahlia. It was really, really nice.
Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon, side by side and through, no limit to what we can do.
Okay, well that's me got 4 of the larger dahlias out of their pots and sitting in this tub at the moment. I'm going to put this into the garage. Well, actually no, I'll put it in the shed initially just to let it dry off a little bit. Then I'll try and get the remainder of the compost off this, and then I think what I'll do is I'll get a box and put some newspaper in, and I'll put them in there. I've got a few other dahlias to do, but I think that will do me today, and I'll keep you posted as to how I get on with them. So that's all from me for today. I hope you've enjoyed this short video. If you have, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you again very, very soon. Bye bye for now.
Looking for in life, call us crazy, but things are finally right.